Hey guys, Jordan here. If you haven't seen my channel before, I review movies, especially movies that I have never seen before. The last movie I reviewed was Parasite, which was an incredible movie. I appreciated all of your comments that you guys left and all your likes and views. Please, if you haven't, like and subscribe to my channel. And today, I'm going to watch another well-received movie from 2019. JoJo Rabbit. Now, I had mixed feelings about this movie because I wasn't sure what it was. Some people sort of described it as Life is Beautiful, which is a sort of dramedy, a lot of comedy, but a very serious, dramatic subject matter. And just like Life is Beautiful, this one is about World War II, specifically coming from the perspective of a Hitler Youth. Quite an intriguing plot premise, but what I'm most intrigued about is Taika Waititi and his screenplay, because he did win the Oscar for Best Screenplay, much to the surprise of many. And he's a talented guy. I've always loved What We Do in the Shadows, and I think Thor Ragnarok is a good movie. We'll see how this goes. I'm excited to see how I will react to this movie. I'm also excited to see how you guys react to this movie. So please leave a comment below on what you thought of JoJo Rabbit. What an interesting title. Let's get started. You gotta admit, the Nazis had the best World War II uniforms. I'm sorry. Wow, that's an interesting parallel between Beatlemania and Hitlermania.
You may call me Captain K. Captain K! Woo!
Damn, that is a good looking uniform. So far, the tone of this movie is 100% comedy. I'm waiting for when it starts to become a drama. Yay! Book burning! Okay, my guess is he's going to befriend a Jewish boy or Jewish girl, and that this movie is about his perceptions changing to contrast this very optimistic, positive view of Nazism. So this scene is showing what Nazism was, which was a cult. I love Sam Rockwell. Oh, that guy is from Game of Thrones. Ah, shit. Oh my god. No, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. He looks kind of badass.
What? Don't be silly. Of course you do.
That's a good shot.
Stupid. Somebody to walk the clones. Also, I think maybe he could hand out this new propaganda.
Did they know what a clone was back then?
This conscription.
Whoa.
What did they do?
What they could. Come on.
That's a good line. He's gonna find a Jewish person hiding that the mom has taken into her custody. That's an interesting flashlight. I knew it.
Oh, like a little female Jewish Jesse Owens. And now she's got your fancy knife.
Oh, my knife!
Like a fancy female Jesse Owens.
Jack the Ripper. Definitely in a pickle, I think.
That's so funny.
Yeah, Jew, yeah. Oh, what are we gonna do about that Jew?
You think of something.
Oh, now I'm the expert.
Stop offering me damn cigarettes. I'm 10.
Okay. Remember last year when that one-armed pirate von Stauffenberg tried to blow me up with a table bomb?
Yeah, you survived.
Correct.
Valkyrie.
The reason I survived, apart from having bomb-proof legs, is because I outwitted old von Stauffy. I let him think that I was dead, when in actual fact I was absolutely fine. By pretending I was dead, I drew out all the traitors. So what are you going to do?
I wonder what's going on with the mom.
Almost. Not quite. That your only remaining child is not just another ghost.
Perhaps we're all ghosts now. We just don't know it.
Perhaps.
Dang, that's a good line.
You've lived more lifetimes than most.
I haven't lived it all.
Wow. That's a really good line. Is she drunk?
Why so happy?
Scarlett Johansson always brights up the screen.
No, I am not that hungry.
Well, I'm especially hungry tonight.
I want a drink now.
Maybe my face looks like a goddamn street map, woman. I wouldn't expect you.
God damn.
If my father were here, he'd get it.
He's very profane with his mother. I don't like it.
No.
The relationship between the mom and the kid has become the main focus of the film for me.
I'll go live in Paris. You turn your back on Germany forever? You turned on me first.
I have to say, there's many lines in here that are starting to make me understand how it won the Oscar for Best Screenplay.
Spend your days dreaming of the moment you can hold him in your arms again. That's love. Ridiculous.
I love the comedy. The scenes with the two of them are very entertaining.
Dancing and
Another high point of the film. Actually, most scenes in this movie are pretty entertaining.
Where's war?
That's a great shot.
it's always time for romance.
Wow.
Someday you'll meet someone.
Damn, look at this kid's outfit. That's so cool.
Anyway,
Look at that jacket
stupid idea.
with the shirt and the hat.
Love is the strongest thing in the world.
Germans have style, man.
You know what? Why don't I just leave you here, okay? And then I'll come and get you tomorrow. Okay, how about that?
Wonder if he's a schizophrenic.
Celebrating war and talking politics.
Another great shot.
Climbing trees and then falling out of those.
The production design is really good. I've never doubted that we are in Germany. They could be filming in America for all I know. But the details, the bikes, the cars, the people in costume, the countryside. Look at this, see? This, I love this. Totally feels like the 40s in Germany. I like that the war is like hinted at in the background. Wow, another great shot.
The penis thing? Rabbis use them for earplugs. And moving on.
I'm not sure about the hips on the pants. Should they be bigger?
You look great. Do you think I'm ugly?
Yes.
Cool. So we're about the halfway point, and my impression of the movie so far is pretty positive. The child actor is actually doing a great job. He's always interesting to watch because you always want to know what he's thinking. And the way Taika Waititi writes the script and directs the movie really wants to put you in the child's shoes. And it works. It really works. It's almost like you're reading a book from the perspective of this, whatever, 8-year-old kid. There's a lot of relationships in this movie that are very interesting, but the most interesting for me is between the mom, Scarlett Johansson, and the kid. She's a great character because you can tell that she has a moral center and is conflicted. That nurturing instinct makes her want to protect the Jewish girl as well. My second favorite is between the child and the Jewish girl. We want the Jewish girl to convince him that all of his assumptions about Jews are not real. In the beginning, the relationship between the kid and his imaginary friend Hitler was very entertaining and one of the bright spots of the first act. Now it's really taken a back seat to the point where I almost want him off the screen. I don't care. And it's almost like Taika Waititi is pushing the comedy still. It feels unneeded. Like it's not jiving with the direction that the movie is going. I am very interested to see what's going to happen next. There's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. And the one character that is symbolizing that the most is the mom. So at this moment, she's my favorite character. Wow. I like the slow-mo. He's actually wearing that shit. Go home. Find Elsa. Great shot. The Americans have arrived.
This Nazi. No, I don't know this dirty Jew.
No, no.
Get away, Jew. Shut.
Oh, good. Josh Gad survived.
Thank God.
He's like a mini Josh Gad to me.
So now the war's over. At least your girlfriend will be free. She can leave now.
Find her.
Something wrong? Okay, sorry.
How could you forget about your girl, bro?
Is it safe to come out? Jojo, is it safe? Can I leave? No.
He doesn't want her. He doesn't want his girl to leave.
Stay. Surely won the war.
I didn't expect this.
He's dead. Pardon? Nathan. He died last year. Tuberculosis.
Good for me.
Where in the shit do you think you're going?
Oh, shit.
Out? Oh, no, you don't. No.
We have to
Stay in
resolve
here,
this.
making a tent. Put it on. And then we're gonna pretend none of this ever happened. You got it?
Is that an imaginary armband or a real armband? That's one way to do it. That's one way to resolve it.
Probably deserve that.
This kid has so much empathy. Got it from his mom.
What do we do now?
We dance. Wow. Very, very interesting movie. Okay. That was JoJo Rabbit. I liked it. There's a lot of things I like about it. I like how simple the story is. I like the relationships that he has with the two women in his life, his mom and Elsa. I like the relationship between the men in his life, him and Sam Rockwell's character, his sort of pseudo father figure, and his like best friend, small Josh Gad. I really like the kid. I really like the actor of the kid. He does a great job. I like the writing. I think a lot of the writing, as funny as it is, as witty as it is, it hits its peak when it says something meaningful, not funny, but serious. And it kind of sneaks it in there. This is an interesting balance between comedy and drama. As funny as this movie is, there were times it felt like Taika Waititi was conflicted between the tone he was going for, whether he wanted to be full-out comedy, Mel Brooks style, or whether he wanted to be a straight-up drama. And that blend worked for a lot of the first half of the movie, but after the first half, especially after his mom dies, which, that killed me because she was my favorite character. Whenever there were comedic bits, it didn't feel natural. It didn't feel like it fit with the new tone of the movie. I was really on this journey with the kid. I didn't feel like this was a time to laugh. It was still a time to grieve. Although the message of this movie is that there is like with that lasting quote at the end, there's beauty in horror, there's comedy and tragedy in life. You just kind of roll with it. I think that's really the true message of this movie. We all like cope in different ways. Like the Elsa character, she just wants to dance. She just wants everything to go back to normal, have a normal life. And so does the kid. So they all are coping with the war their own ways. A very strong message that I really appreciated. I really appreciated the production design, the costume design. I never once doubted that we were in Germany. And at the end of the movie, when it started to turn dark, when Germany was really losing the war, I really felt the anxiety of the Germans living in Berlin at the time, or wherever they are here. The anxiety of being on the losing side of a war that they may or may not really like wanted. Definitely the least interesting character is Taika Waititi's character, Imaginary Hitler, and he was like a huge part of the marketing campaign. So I sort of expected him to be one of the highlights of the movie, but he gets so overshadowed by Taika Waititi's movie, like by the writing, the charming nature of the actors that he hired and the characters that he portrayed. In the second half, whenever Imaginary Hitler appeared on screen, I just wanted him to go away. Like, I don't need your comedy right now. I want to be fully invested in the tragedy that's going on. When there was a gorgeous shot accompanied with a brilliant line, this movie really worked for me, and I really had a great time. I'd say my favorite parts were around the middle, when he's really gotten to become comfortable with Elsa, and every time they had a scene together, I was paying attention so hard because I wanted to know how the relationship would mature. When his mom is struggling to maintain being a mom to her child and a caregiver to Elsa, while also working with the resistance, you could see it in her eyes, like how desperate she is trying to hold on to sanity amongst the chaos of it all. She was the epitome of just going with the flow, trying your best, and keeping that hope. So because of those elements, because of the strong message, the brilliant writing, the charming characters, and the charming tone of the whole movie, this movie leaves quite an impression. There were times when I was watching this movie and thinking Steven Spielberg might have made this a better movie, only because this is sort of a Steven Spielberg type movie, like Empire of the Sun, because Steven Spielberg loves working with young characters and young actors, especially when he portrays them in the middle of a dark, scary world. He would have definitely not have been able to deliver the comedy as well, but he would have found a tone that was more consistent, more of a straightforward drama with comedy bits in it, rather than like this kind of strange mix of very strong comedy and very strong drama. But, Spielberg has made those films already. I liked Stephen Merchant, and his small role is very effective in that scene. It was very scary. That scene when the Gestapo appear at the house, which I knew was going to come. It has to come, right? In every Diary of Anne Frank type movie. It was properly scary. I was in some sort of Hitchcockian anxiety watching that scene. So how I like to think of my grading system is out of 5 stars, and if 5 out of 5 is this is not only a Hall of Fame must-see movie, but it's a movie you have to watch first. You have to get these movies in your system first before you visit the rest. 4 out of 5 are the rest of those Hall of Fame movies. And then 4 out of 5 are movies that are really good, will leave an impression on you for sure, are really well made. They're really good movies, no huge urgency to watch them. 3.5 is they're good movies, but even less so of a must watch. And then 3 out of 5 is decent to okay. Just like Parasite, for me, I'm giving this a 4 out of 5. It's not necessarily a must-watch in the huge pantheon of movies, but it's a pretty good one, and if you happen to catch it, you might really, really like it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. Please remember to like my video because it really helps the channel that I'm growing here. And I also appreciate what you guys think about the movie. So please leave a comment in the comment section below. I would love to hear about what your thoughts are about Jojo Rabbit. And also please remember to subscribe and hit the bell so that you can know when my latest video comes out. Thank you guys so much. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time.